On this question, we're asked to find x and y, and we're actually only going to find x because after we find x, actually all the x's are different, so there's no real point of finding y, so I'm only worried about x. And to tell you the truth, once I draw this big triangle, most of you should take off and say, oh, a triangle adds to be 180 degrees. We got 90 degrees in the corner. We're told 38 there. If you can't see it, that's a 3/8. See if we can zoom in for a second. We are told 38 there. So we got 90 and 38. We're trying to find the other one, so it'd just be 180 minus 38 minus 90, and ends up giving us that answer. Just like I got this picture drawn here a little bigger so you can see it a little clearer. Ends up being 52. Looking at the next question, it says find angles 1, 2, and 3 in there. Let's do the same thing. Let's try to zoom in some. See if we can't get it a little bigger and nice and easier for you to look at. Alright, there we go. Awesome. So we're given 1, 2, and 3. On each one, I know I got a lot up here written already. Don't let that confuse you. It's not as hard as it looks. Find an angle 1. I didn't find angle 1 first. Let's see what I found. I found actually this angle could together. Let's see if I can draw that line. That black, we're looking at this triangle first. I got 66 over here, 47 here, and I found out this entire angle here was 67. And since it told me this was 67, it told me this little angle here was 37. I found out angle 3 was 30. So you can go through your answer key and everyone that doesn't have 30, cross them out, all that kind of good stuff. After I figured out this was 37, gotta zoom back in, no problem. Go back over a little bit. Alright, after I figured out that this was 30 and this was 37, I started looking at this triangle where we got 40. We got a 41. I know this down here is a 37, so I found all of this one. And I found out 41 minus 41 plus 37 minus 180 ended up giving me 102. And then if this angle here is 66, I can do 180 minus, not 180, 102 minus the 66 and got that 36 there. So there's angle 2 was 36. So go through. If it doesn't have 2 at 36, you can kind of cross them out. Let's see if I can find that. Which one was it? One of these is the eraser. Either way, we just go back to it each time we forgot to. And that last one, find an angle 1. Well, if this is 66 and this one was 37, I do 66 plus 37 minus 180, gave me angle 1. Alright, and ended up finding out that our answer was B here of 77, 36, and 30. Alright, gotta zoom out here. Here we go. Alright, looking at these last two on this page. Let's see if we can zoom in on this part for you for a second. Alright, we got two triangles here. We're told that both of them are equilateral triangles. If they're both equilateral, notice how I got marks through all of them, indicating they were the same. Okay, if they're all the same, then just go ahead and set them all the same. Hey, x plus 4 is equal to 2x plus 3. End up going through and solving that out. Ends up being x equals 7. Same thing for the y, and we got an angle in here. Okay, equilateral triangle means all the angles are the same. If they're all the same, hey, you know that it's got to be 60, 60, and 60 because the triangle's got to be 180. So you got 2y, so go ahead and write 2y plus 6 equals that 60 degrees. After you go through and solve that, ends up being y is 27. Alright. Moving on to 24. 24 says it's an equilateral triangle. Notice I've marked these two the same because I know they're equal, and the bottom's equal to the sides as well. RT, so we got a bisector there. Tells us it bisects that angle and that side. Alright, so let's see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. Alright, so I zoomed in. Remember equilateral, so I went ahead and marked those two the same. If this side's 8x plus 1, then this side's 8x plus 1. And this whole bottom side has got to be 8x1 as well. It had told you that this says it's 5x. So if this one's 5x and this one's 5x, I went ahead and added those two together. 5x plus 5x is 10x. So we got 10x, 8x plus 1, and 8x plus 1. If you know they're equal, just set them equal. You got 10x and 5x plus 1, or 8x plus 1, so I got 10x equals that 8x plus 1. Go through and solve out. You end up finding that x is 1/2. If we go back, we're still looking for that y. Now we're told this angle in here. Now if it's an equilateral triangle, just as we said in the last problem, this entire angle here is 60. So half of that angle, because it's an angle bisector, ends up being 30. So you got y minus 2. You can just say y minus 2 is 30. And after you solved through and found y ended up being 32.